What's going on YouTube? It's your boy MJ Media, and today I'm going to be addressing a question I get asked quite frequently by other creatives, and that's pretty much why I don't use a MacBook. Short answer, it's trash. Video over. No, but for real, this is not going to be one of those bashing MacBook videos. But over this past summer, I thought to myself, you know what? It's probably time for me to get a new laptop. So I was looking around doing my research, testing a few laptops out, getting them, trying them out, sending them back, and it came down to 4 major choices. And those were the MacBook Pro 16, the Dell XPS 15, the Dell XPS 17, and the Razer Blade 15 Advanced model. Can you guess which one I picked? Newsflash, it was not the MacBook. Nope, I picked up the Dell XPS 17 PC laptop, which has honestly been working out great for me, and I have no regrets so far. The question still remains is why I don't personally use a MacBook. Before I start this video, guys, be sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you can be notified whenever I drop more dope content. Well, number one is the price. MacBooks are notoriously overpriced. Everybody's like, well, it's well worth it, and the resale value is amazing. You could buy one and then resell it for like 80%. Resale value is key. True. And I'm not gonna battle that at all, because that's very true. But if resale value is something we cared about to the highest extent, we would all be driving Teslas. No, I'm just kidding. But honestly, when I first started doing video photography or anything like that, I honestly had no idea what I was doing. I had a gaming laptop that I was using for my regular everyday work as well as gaming, of course. So I had like a 8 gigabyte laptop. Once I started learning video and learning photography and different things that I needed and different specs that I needed, I was able to go into my gaming laptop, buy the upgradable parts from eBay or Amazon, and then take the computer apart myself and upgrade it that way as I'm learning. With Macs, I would have had to buy an entirely new computer and system every time I got to a new level of video editing and photo editing. Once I went from phone footage to 1080p camera footage to 4K camera footage, I would have had to keep upping and upgrading my computer. PCs allowed me the chance to grow in my craft without having to break the bank every time that I gained a new level of ability. So I definitely love that about the PC build. Now I know some laptops from Mac right now you are able to take apart and upgrade, but I didn't have that option when I first started. So there you go. Number 2, I am not a huge fan of having Apple run my life. So everybody always says, well, you don't have to do that. You can just get the Apple laptop and that's it. That's a trap. That's how they get you. So you get the Apple laptop, you get the MacBook, and then you're like, well, I might as well get an iPhone. Well, I might as well get an Apple Watch. I might as well get an iMac. I might as well get an Apple TV. And now you are acclimated. You are integrated into the cult of Apple. All hail Apple. Number 3, I didn't want to do the popular option. MacBooks are popular options. Everybody's using them. I didn't want to do something just because everybody was using them. I wanted to go with a dark horse, a contender, an underdog. And I've had fairly good experiences with doing that. Case in point, my camera, when everybody was fighting over Canon and Nikon, which one was the best, I went for Sony. A year and a half later, look at Sony now. Sony has probably one of the most sought after upcoming cameras in the Sony a7S III, while Canon is kind of struggling with their R5, R6 line, and Nikon is pretty much just being curb stomped by the both of them. It's bad. Someone should stop this. But I wanted to go the same route this time with my computer. I didn't want to choose the most popular option. Now, yeah, I understand that there were people that I knew that understood computers and understood editing to a very high degree that was like, hey, go with MacBook for these reasons, which I definitely agree with them, and I give them that credit. However, there are also a bunch of other people that says just go with MacBook just because it's MacBook and everybody else is using it. So it's kind of a good and a bad thing with trying to be convinced to go with Apple sometimes. Sometimes you meet the very sensible Apple people who have their facts and their statistics, and then you have all the other people who pretty much act like Cowboys fans, and it's just very frustrating talking to them. So instead, I went with a contender, which was the Dell XPS. Now, I know everybody was saying, well, if you wanted a true dark horse, you would have gone for the Razer Blade. That's a little too dark. Razer Blade was actually my top choice because after using it, it's amazing with using video editing software. It just blows through footage. It's so clean, so crisp, and so seamless. But in talking with a lot of my buddies and a lot of people that I know who have used and had Razer Blades, they say that Razer Blade customer service is absolute garbage. Somebody said that they had their Razer Blade pretty much crap out on them after a year, and they called Razer Blade up, they emailed and all this other stuff, and it took 2 months for them to get a response back. 2 months? You know how much Razer Blades cost? It costs like $4,000. That's unacceptable. For 2 months, for $4,000, you better be calling me when something's wrong with my computer. You better have ESP to know when something is wrong with my Razer Blade. Give me a call and say, hey, how can I help you? At least with Macs and Dells, if something goes wrong, you can send it back. They'll send you a box to send it back to them. Everything's resolved in like a week. They bring it back. It's all shiny and polished. Everything's fixed and it works perfectly. Razer Blade, not so much. The Macs and the Dells and all, these other computers, they're pretty much like Chick-fil-A, and Razer Blade is like the DMV or the MVA or wherever you call that place that you go to sell your soul for a driver's license. Next up, the software that I use pretty much seems to work better for PC. I use Adobe Premiere Pro and the Adobe Suite for most of my pretty much all of my editing tasks, and it seems to work better on PCs pretty much because NVIDIA, Intel, Adobe, they have like this working relationship together where all of their systems operate seamlessly together and they're just very compatible with each other. Now the new Macs are upgrading in a way where they're getting pretty close to PCs when it comes to working with Premiere Pro, but they're still not there yet. So, for right now, I'm gonna stick with PCs. Also, PCs are much better for gaming. They have higher refresh rates and they just operate better in terms of gaming. Don't get me wrong, the reason I bought a new laptop in the first place was to do more video editing and photo editing, music editing, that kind of stuff. But every once in a while, I do like to hop on Call of Duty and show these PC players a taste of their own medicine. We all know that PC players are cheat code. I want some of that action. I'm not that good. All right. Those other 4 reasons may, for the most part, seem like just excuses, which I agree. Those are pretty much just excuses. So the real reason that I don't use a Mac is just that it just doesn't work well for me personally. PCs, I know to a T. I know the shortcut keys. I know how everything is placed. I know how to work it. I can, pretty much just get one, turn it on, and go. I know how to customize it. I know how to do all that kind of stuff. MacBooks are a different system. Like it was very hard trying to retool my brain from PC to Mac. Also, I didn't really get the whole trackpad gesture thing. You had to use 2 fingers and you had to spread them apart, then you had to spin it, then you had to twist it, then you had to bop it. I ain't doing all that. So just because it didn't work out for me doesn't mean that MacBooks are not great computers. They're amazing tools. They're workhorses, man. I know a bunch of people that have MacBooks and they put out really good content and really great stuff. But you have to do your research and find something that works for you and your style of editing and creative process. Don't worry about, the peer pressure and what everybody else is saying. Get something that works for you. Because if you or me or anybody puts out a video, nobody's going to be able to tell if it was edited on a PC or a Mac. That doesn't matter. The brand of computer that you use does not matter. It's all about the content that you create. If you're creating good content, your computer is going to be an afterthought. So there you guys have it. That's my reasoning for not using a MacBook. So what do you guys think? Let me know what computer you're using in the comment section below and what your experience has been with it. So as always, guys, be sure to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you loved it, and if you have any more questions, be sure to get at me. Peace.
Yeah, flex. I just wanna win. Yeah, LABB, who we running with? Yeah, 2, 2, 3, 3. I'm on 10, 10, 10. Yeah.